Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the content we have coming out. And for this video, we're going to be jumping into Future State Justice League issue number 2. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with Future State, go ahead and check out the link down in my description. It'll bring you to a playlist that has all 35, I believe, videos currently out, covering all the issues. Now, where we last left off with this issue, our Justice League was exiled to a distant planet, and white Martians have filled the shoes of the Justice League. Those white Martians being HyperClan. And with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Okay, so jumping into issue number 2, we see our fake Justice League going around and saving people, rescuing kittens from trees, delivering much needed supplies and medical supplies to individuals in need, but at the same time, they're slowly kidnapping human beings. But to the outside world, to the public's eye, they are the epitome of what superheroes should be. And this is where we pick up at the Hall of Justice. And they're even joking about how many humans have come up missing and nobody's even blinking an eye, and they all still feel safe because they believe that the Justice League is out here doing work. But they worry that they may not be able to hold this ruse for much longer. Each move is becoming more and more risky for them, and eventually, HyperClan is going to be uncovered by the other heroes of this world. But Protex tells them that it won't matter, because by the time they figure it out, they will already have enacted their vengeance. The world will belong to them. And this is where we pick up with our real Justice League. And they're on a desolate planet that Green Lantern tells us is essentially unlivable and that they'll die within at least a couple of days. Now, the whole idea of imposters taking their identities really troubles John, because this Justice League has had a rule where they don't get personal. Feeling as that was the downfall of the original Justice League, they tried to avoid that, not make their errors, and keep it a strictly professional endeavor. And so these guys really don't know one another and don't know how long they've had someone infiltrated within their ranks. And this is when the team finds a camp. Though our Green Lantern told us nothing can survive because that's what the ring said. And then we see some writing on a wall as well. Martian writing. And this is when Aquawoman tells us that they talked about the punishment. The punishment for the HyperClan. That they were banished, what seems to be to this world. And even Arthur, aka Aquaman, opposed the idea, feeling that it was too cruel. Because they banished these white Martians to a world that they feared the most. A world of fire. And as they examine this writing on the wall more, it's not necessarily writing, but a blueprint. A way to enslave humanity if they ever escaped. And this is when the team starts to doubt each other, because they don't know who's a white Martian and who is not. So for all they know, somebody in their ranks could be one, and they don't know anything about each other to be able to say who is and is not an infiltrator or an imposter. And things get super heated, especially between John and Jace. But Green Lantern breaks it up, and they start to talk about the little things that they notice about one another, like Wonder Woman biting her lip when she gets stressed, or Superman hearing Batman humming to himself when he fights, like giving himself his own little fight scene music. The Flash and Aquawoman are kind of in a relationship, so they have an intimacy there that they can trust one each other for sure. And Batman tells them, this is all stuff that a telepath could tell you. This is nothing surprising or revealing that could prove this. And this is when Batman tells the Flash to prove that they are not a white Martian. And so they, being the Flash, vibrates at the frequency of this world, trying to find out exactly what Earth they're on. Because they learned that it is Earth, it's just not Earth Zero. The vibrations are all off. And they assume that it's gotta be some kind of new Earth within the multiverse. And so they stop arguing long enough for them to ask the question, if they can get off of this place. And Flash believes that they can share their energy with everybody else, their speed, long enough to make a jump across the multiverse. And so they all run. And then we pick up back on Earth, and we see the Hyper Clan starting to enact their final plan. Satellites are in place. The nation of the world worship the Justice League so much they don't even question the plans. And we see the new Hall of Justice and Protex coming out in his true form, not hiding, because he wants mankind to see exactly what is going to happen. But this is where they're stopped by our Justice League. And everyone's going toe to toe, learning real quick that the White Martians aren't nearly as capable as our Justice League. And that our Justice League, they know their members. Though they may not know them personally, they know who they are. And with most of the White Martians taken out at this point, everyone looks around and they can't find the Flash. And that's because they are inside battling Protex, who is currently taking the form of the Flash. And Aquawoman comes in, not sure which one to hit, but ends up hitting the right one because the Flash called her Princess, which that's a nickname that only the Flash has been calling her. And then Batman steps in with a flamethrower and blasts this White Martian away. And so with this coming to a close, they're taking the bodies to Star Labs to examine the White Martians, and then they're being taken to Earth Omega. And so we're seeing some kind of trust now. Some kind of trust building up within of our Justice League. So much so that they decide that they're going to sit down and they're going to have dinner for the first time. And they're actually going to learn one another. They're going to learn who they are. And this is where we pick up a few months later in the Hall of Justice. And we sit down and they have a meeting where everybody's identity has been exposed. And now they're in discussion on who they're going to invite into the Justice League. And we have a few individuals here. We have Miracle Man, Robin, Martian Manhunter's daughter, Crush, and a few others, which I'm really excited to see if they bring in Tim Drake into this, especially with what's going on in the Robin Eternal line. That'd be really awesome to see him come up and join the Justice League. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Personally, I have to say this was a really good issue in the aspect that the story really played out really well. I didn't feel like it was too short. I didn't feel like I needed another issue for some kind of closure. I am really excited to see where they're going to be bringing this in the near future. I'm really hoping that we see Tim Drake join up with the Justice League, maybe even take on his own mantle of something new. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you're not missing any of the content we have coming out. Also, be sure to check out Comic Breakdown and More podcast. New podcasts every Friday covering the comics we cover on this channel, all the way to WandaVision and so much more. And if you want to support this channel in another way, be sure to check out our Patreon with tons of exclusive merch for Patreon members only. The link is also down in the description, and until the next video,